नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त इति नामिने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशविकतारिणे। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशविकतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जय राधा गिरधारी राधा गिरधारी राधा जय राधा गिरधारी राधा गिरधारी राधा जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधा जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधा जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी राधा जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी राधा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बोलो श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः तदा ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनेति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे Welcome everyone in Bhagavad-Gita class. So we have started chapter number 6. We have seen sloka number 6.6. So today we'll see from sloka number 6.7. So we have seen in 6.5 and 6 about role of mind, which plays as friend and enemy as in yoga system. Okay, so if you use your mind in transcendental service, then it is a friend. If you don't use in transcendental service of Supreme Lord, then it becomes enemy. An enemy mind will not allow you to serve Krishna. Okay, so if you want to serve Krishna, you have to do friendship with Lord Krishna. Without making friendship, you cannot serve Krishna. Okay, so we have seen that Atma means what? Atma means can have multiple meaning, body, mind or soul. Okay, depending on the context where it is used. So we can take the meaning of Atma in terms of body, mind or soul. Okay, Atma, mind or conditioned soul in context of yoga. Suppose you take the context of yoga that is given in 6.5. So what is the importance of training mind? Why to train mind? What is the mire of material existence? How should one train the mind? Okay, so there are different ways. So that you can serve Lord Krishna, so you have to train your mind very well and in a proper direction. Then what is the purpose of yoga practice? Central point of yoga practice is control mind. Why do you yoga? So many people perform yoga, physical exercise. Okay, and they try to control, they sit at one posture, stead, and they try to control the mind. Why they want to control the mind? Because they want to serve Lord Krishna. To draw mind away from sense objects. What is the controlling mind? Controlling mind means keeping your senses away from the material objects. To control and make it a friend in discharging the mission of human life. So if you are able to perform mission of human life, then it is a friend. And if you are not able to control it, then it will serve as enemy. You cannot control your mind, then it will become enemy. So best way to entangle mind, always engage mind in Krishna consciousness. So if you want to keep away from material miseries, then you have to serve, you have to engage in the service of Lord Krishna. Okay? In this way, your mind can be used. So role of mind is a friend or enemy. Uncontrolled mind is an enemy. You can see here the picture shows uncontrolled mind means it is always wandering here and there. It is not controlled at all. Okay, so uncontrolled mind plays a role of enemy. And controlled mind is a friend where all the time you are thinking about Krishna. How can I serve Krishna? When can I visit temple? How can I help in the temple service? Okay, I can go for the prasad distribution. I can hear lecture. I can take lecture. I can conduct some meeting with the non-devotees and convince them to become devotee and teach them about Bhagavad-Gita, talk about Bhagavatam, all these things. So you can engage in this way your mind. So what is the result of uncontrolled mind? Degrades and entangles into the material miseries. And what is the result of controlling mind? It elevates us. We get liberation. Okay? And you are completely detached from sense gratification and follow the dictation of super soul. And in uncontrolled mind, they follow the dictation of lust, anger, greed. Lust, anger and greed. These three are the enemies. And in uncontrolled minds are attached to the sense objects. Then we will see 6.7 to 9. What was the 6.7? 6.6. Bandhuratma manastasya yenatma evatmana jita anatmanastu satrutve vartetatma satruvatum. Okay, so for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. This was the 6.6. Now we will see 6.7. Jitatmanah prasantasya paramatma samahitah sitoshna sukha dukheshu tatha manapamanayoh. For one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached. For he has attained the tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. The one who has conquered the mind, done friendship, done in the service of Lord Krishna, that mind is controlled. And if the mind is controlled, you have already reached to the super soul. You have already reached to the Krishna. You have already reached to the Vaikuntha Dham. You have already reached the Goloka Vrindavana, Krishna's Dham, wherever Krishna resides with his devotees. Okay, so Jitatmanah prasantasya paramatma samahita sitoshna sukha dukheshu tatha mana apamana. So the one who has conquered the mind, for him heat, cold, friend, enemy, everyone is same. Honor, dishonor, everyone is same. Everything is same. He doesn't care about whether it is honor or dishonor. Doesn't care about whether it is friend or enemy. Doesn't care about whether it is a heat or cold. Any kind of friendship, any kind of climate, any kind of honor, dishonor will not affect that person. The one who is already in the transcendental service. Okay, so what are the symptoms of Yoga Root stage? Yoga Root stage means that you have already reached the in advanced stage. And what is the Yoga Ruksha stage? Is the beginning stage. So Yoga Ruksha stage is the beginning stage and Yoga Ruda stage is the advanced stage. Okay, so in advance, what are the symptoms of advanced stage? These symptoms are developed when mind acts as well. When you have conquered your mind, then it will work as, then you can reach to the Yoga Ruda stage. Okay, so what is given in 6.7? Completely neutral to all material existence and dualities. Dualities means happy, sad, honor, dishonor, heat, cold. These are the dualities. Okay, heat is there, cold is also there. Okay, angry is there, happiness is also there. Okay, so these are all duality. Okay, if the one is in transcendental service, if the one is in advanced stage of the Yoga Road stage, is completely neutral to all material existence and dualities. Okay, and then 6.8, Ghyana Vigyana Triptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya Yukta iti uchyate yogi Samalostrasma Kanchanaha. A person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it be pebble, stone or gold, as the same. Okay, so the one who is in advanced state, for him in 6.8 it is told that he sees all objects equally, whether it is a pebbles, gold or stone. Okay, whether it is a costly stone or a cheap stone, whether it is a gold, silver, iron or a stone, anything, he sees every object equally as the same, and he is fully satisfied by Jnana and Vijnana. So what is Jnana? Jnana means the knowledge which you acquire, okay, and which you get by reading, by understanding, by listening. And Vijnana means the realized knowledge. Realized knowledge, by the knowledge which you get by experiment, is known as Vijnana. And Jnana which you know by reading, by understanding. And Vijnana means the knowledge which you get by practical experience. Okay, so this is the 6.8. In 6.8, book knowledge without realization of the supreme truth is useless. This is stated as follows in Bhaktivesa Swami Sudhu. Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyah sevan mukhe hi jivada swayam eva spurati adah. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality and pastimes of Sri Krishna through his materially contaminated senses. Well, it is very difficult. If you want to understand Krishna by this material nature, you will never be able to understand. You will never get success. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord or the transcendental name, form, quality and pastimes of the Lord revealed to him. If you are saturated in transcendental service of the Lord, then Krishna's name, form, his pastimes are revealed to you. That is the only qualification. If you are in transcendental service, Krishna will 100% reveal his identity. If you are not in transcendental service, your mind is not controlled, hankering behind the material objects, then Krishna will not reveal. If you are a devotee, Krishna will himself reveal in front of you. Krishna wants to reveal in front of you many times, not a single time, many times. So Krishna is there wherever devotee is there. And wherever devotee is not there, Krishna is not there. It's very difficult. And Very simple to understand. Then 6.9. Surin mitrari udashina madhyastha dvesha bandhushu sadhushu apicha papeshu samabuddhira vishishyate. A person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral, mediators, the envious, friends, enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with an equal mind. When you treat everyone equally, when a person treats every living entity, non-living entity equally, then we can understand the particular person is in transcendental service. And Krishna will 100%, 101% will reveal himself in front of that devotee or into that devotee. Okay, that is for sure. So, these symptoms are developed when mind acts as friend. So, when mind acts as friend, it means you are in advanced stage. What is the advanced stage? Advanced stage means Yoga Root stage. Yoga Root stage is also known as advanced stage. Advanced stage means you are in the transcendental knowledge. You are in the transcendental service. You know about Lord. When you know about Lord, Lord also knows you. So, we are all like son of Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna always loves his son. Okay? He can give anything. He can shower any kind of mercy on the devotee. Whatever devotee wish, Krishna fulfills. Okay? See all people equally, most advanced stage. When you are at advanced stage, means you see everyone equally. And that is only possible for a devotee. Then 6.7, we'll see again in detail. Okay, so one who has conquered mind, super soul is already achieved. Okay, the only question is how you can conquer your mind. How you can conquer your mind? You can engage your senses in the transcendental service. You can engage your senses onto the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. Okay, that is the only way. Okay, action in constitutional position. So, in 6.7, we will see about the one who has conquered mind, super soul is already reached. How one can conquer mind. So, actions in constitutional position. Jitat manaha. So, what is your duty? You have to conquer your mind. Otherwise, your mind will conquer you. If it goes in reverse, then you will be reversed completely. And it will be very difficult to come out of that. So actions in constitutional position, jitat manaha, you have to conquer your mind. A conquered mind abides by the dictation of supreme sitting in heart Paramatma. Conquering your mind means what? Means you are following the dictation of Supreme Lord Krishna. In the heart. Krishna is present in our heart as Paramatma. Krishna is present in our heart as Super Soul. Okay, so Super Soul is the higher level of soul. Okay, so soul and Super Soul both are sitting together in our heart. Like a bird sitting on a tree, two birds sitting on a tree. So one bird is enjoying the fruit and the other bird is just watching how the other bird is enjoying the fruit. Okay, so the bird which is watching playing a role of super soul, and the bird who is enjoying plays the role of soul. So soul and super soul are sitting in the same heart. Okay, so one who do not abide by dictation of Supreme, what happens? Mind is misled by illusory material energy, entangled in the material world. If one doesn't follow the dictation of super soul, what will happen? The result will be bad. And mind is misled by illusory material energy. Okay, and the one who abides the dictation, super soul is already reached in Samadhi. The one who is following the dictation of Supreme Lord Krishna, he is already in trance, Samadhi. What are the symptoms? Unaffected by the duality of material world. Okay, the one who is following the dictation of Krishna, material dualities will not affect. They are completely unaffected by the dualities of the material world. And what are the dualities of material world? Happiness, anger, heat, cold, so many dualities are there. Okay, honor, dishonor, distress, happiness. These all belong to ego and mental. Physical, heat and cold. So ego, mental and physical. So honor and dishonor is ego. Mental, distress and happiness. Physical, heat and cold. And the one who has conquered all these things already reached the super soul in Samadhi, in the Supreme. So what is the Krishna consciousness practical Samadhi? So when you are chanting 16 rounds, you are getting up early in the morning, okay, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever you can do, it is okay. Okay, so you can get up early in the morning, you do your chanting, complete your rhyme, you can attain Mangalarti, okay, you can cook for Krishna, you can prepare prasadam, okay, you can read scriptures, okay, you can clean the temple, okay, you can hear the lectures of acharyas, you can give lectures, whatever way you find the service, you just do it. These are all different ways. That is 6.7. Now we'll see 6.8 to 9. 6.8 to 9. So in 6.8 and 9, further symptoms of yoga root state. So 6.8 and now 9 talks about yoga root state. We have just discussed above in short. Now we'll see in detail. So symptoms of self-realized soul, yogi. What are the symptoms of self-realized soul? That yogi controls his mind. The one who has controlled mind is already in the yoga root stage, advanced stage. So fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Situated in transcendence and is self-control. Okay, so he had got knowledge from Ghyana as well as Vijnana. So Ghyana means the knowledge which you are acquired by listening, hearing and all. And realization, the knowledge which you have achieved through practical experience. So Ghyana Vijnana Triptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya Yukta iti uchyate yogi Samaloshtrasma Kanchana. Okay, and a self-realized soul sees everything, whether it be pebble, stone or gold, as the same. So he treats everything equally. So there is no duality in his mind. Why? Because he is the person of God. He is in the transcendental service. He has engaged his mind unto the lotus feet of Krishna. He is the self-realized soul. He is Jnani, he is Vijnani. Okay, all these are symptoms of self-realized soul. Then in 6.8, what about a devotee following Krishna consciousness? A Krishna conscious person is also a self-realized soul. The one who is following bhakti, the one who is performing bhakti is also a self-realized soul. Already achieved. The one who is in Krishna conscious service is already a self-realized soul. Satisfied with devotional service. Therefore, he has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna. Self-control by the strength of his realized knowledge. So whatever knowledge he has, he knows about Krishna. And by this knowledge he is completely satisfied. I know only Krishna. I want to know more about Krishna. I want to hear more about Leelas of Krishna. How he performed in Goloka Vrindavan Dham. How he played with his mother. How he played with his father. How he played with gopis in the Vrindavan. What is Ras Leela? So, the devotees always try to understand, they always read and they always hear multiple times. They enjoy, they are fully satisfied. Steady in convictions by strength of his realized knowledge by performing service. So whatever service he is performing unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he is fully satisfied. He is happy within. The one who is happy within is actually a self-realized soul. He is actually in transcendental service. He has the transcendental knowledge. Scholarship, mundane and mental speculation which are gold to others are as good as pebbles or stones. Okay, so whatever the situation may be, no dualities will affect the devotees. So devotee is completely unaffected by any kind of dualities. And he sees everything with as same. Whether it is a gold, silver, pebbles, stones, whatever it may be, he sees as the same. Okay, recommendation for a person practicing Krishna consciousness. Need to associate with Krishna conscious persons is emphasized. In Bhagavad-Gita, Srila Prabhupada many times say, the one who is practicing bhakti should always associate with the one who is already in Krishna consciousness. The one who is a devotee, the one who is a guru, the one who is a Siksha Guru, the one who is a Diksha Guru, the one who is a devotee, the one who is reading the scriptures, the one who is doing 16 rounds, the one who is always talking about Krishna. You have to associate with him. Then only you will be called as self-realized soul. And this is the symptom, this is the character of a devotee. So need to associate with Krishna conscious persons is emphasized. Bhagavad-Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. Cannot be understood by mundane scholarships. Okay, so you cannot read sitting at one place the complete Bhagavad-Gita and you can say, now I have the knowledge. No, this is the not right knowledge, right kind of knowledge. There are 99% that you will fall down. You read Bhagavad-Gita, you also associate with devotees, you also hear the lectures of other acharyas, visit temple, go for Mangal Aarti, perform Aarti, perform Puja, distribute Prasadam. You can engage your senses in the service of Krishna. Then only you will be away from the material miseries. Otherwise 99% chances, if you are just sitting at one place and reading Bhagavad Gita all time, but you are not associating, you are avoiding from other association of the devotees, then there are 99% chances that you will fall down one day. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita is the science book of Krishna consciousness. So it is not the book of material science, it is the transcendental service. It gives knowledge about transcendental service of Krishna. So how to realize knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? By rendering transcendental devotional service to the Lord. That is taught in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.234. Atah Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Grahyam Indriye Sevan Mukhe Hi Jivado Swayam Eva Spurati Ada. Okay. So no one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality and pastimes of the Lord through his materially contaminated senses. Okay, so you have to associate with devotee, you have to perform devotional service, you have to perform service unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Then only you can be away from the material miseries. Otherwise material miseries are always there next to you, near to you, and they want to attack on you. So once you are are weak, you are not associating with devotees, because association with devotees will make you strong. Hearing lectures of acharyas will make you strong. Following the instructions of scripture, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru will make you strong. If you are strong, there are many viruses in the air, in the material life. They will not touch you. Wherever there is Krishna, demon will never come. And wherever Krishna is not there, demon is already there. Okay, so wherever there is a devotee, Krishna is already there. Krishna has already reached over there. Okay, so Krishna walks with his devotees. Krishna resides in the heart of devotees. So how to realize knowledge of Bhagavad-Gita? By rendering transcendental devotional service to the Lord, that is given in Bhaktivesa. What is the real fortune? To associate with one in pure consciousness. You should try to associate with at least one devotee. You should try to at least pay obeisances at least once in a day. Okay, so this is the all real fortune. You are searching for it, where I can find a devotee, I can associate with him, I can learn with him something, I can discuss about Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya. There are so many scriptures to discuss. Okay, so that is very important. Then summary section of C, 6.10 to 6.32. Stages in the practice of yoga. What are the different stages? Basic practice of yoga, carefully controlling his mind. The successful yogi engages his mind, body and self in the Krishna's service. So instead of following the stages of yoga ladder, devotees will always engage their senses under the lotus feet of Krishna. They will think about Krishna. They will read about Krishna. They will hear about Krishna. They will engage their senses into the service of Krishna, under the lotus feet of Krishna, in the service of Guru, Acharyas, devotees. There are many services. You can engage yourself in preparing prasadam for Krishna. You can distribute prasadam. You can donate for the right cause. You can distribute prasadam outside in the school. There are many places. Okay, when the one eats Krishna prasadam, they are purified. Their heart is purified. Okay, so it depends how you take Krishna inside. Whether you take Krishna inside by hearing, whether you take Krishna by smelling, whether you take Krishna by looking at the deities, whether you take Krishna by visiting the temples. Okay, somehow you have to manage, you have to take Krishna inside through your ears, eyes, hands, any. You can use your smelling power by, you can smell the Tulsi leaves. Okay. So Tulsi is always present unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Tulsi, Mother Tulsi is always ready or always engages herself unto the lotus feet of Krishna, in the service of Krishna. So, from 6.11 to 12, where to sit while practicing. The yogi should live and practice alone in a secluded place, in a sacred place. He should control his senses and fix his mind on one point. Oh, if at all yogi wants to practice, he has to go to a secluded place. And he can sit alone and he can practice for Krishna consciousness. He can control his mind. So controlling mind, one has controlled mind means already in a Samadhi. So how to sit in meditation? The body, neck and head should be held erect while the yogi stares at the tip of his nose. Like this. Okay? Sitting straight and looking at the tip of the nose. Okay, looking at the tip of nose means you are controlling your vision. Devoid of fear and sex life, he should meditate on Krishna within his heart. There is no fear. Don't think about the sex life. Okay, the sex life and devotional service both cannot be taken together. If you are trying to do that, then you will fall down. You are a fallen soul. Okay, so sex life and devotional life cannot be taken together in one's life. So the results of meditation, thus by ceasing material existence, he will attain the kingdom of God. Okay, if one do meditation, he can attain the kingdom of God. Lord Krishna. Verse number 16 to 17, more practices of yoga. One can not become a yogi if one sleeps or eats too much or too little. If you sleep less, if you eat too less, if you eat too much, if you sleep much more, these are the alpa. So I am not remembering that. So you are doing less, too less. If you are doing too much, both are not good for our health. And if you are not healthy, you cannot get success in the Krishna consciousness. Okay, then verse number 18 to 19 talks about yoga rudh, fixing the mind in samadhi. Thus, a yogi regulates his habits by his pure mind, devoid of material desires. He sees and enjoys the self. Then, verse number 20 to 23 talks about how the yogi in the perfectional stage feels. What is the yogi's feeling? Established in boundless happiness. The yogi never departs from the truth, for he thinks nothing greater can be kept. He always thinks about Krishna. He always tries to control his mind. If the mind is controlled, super soul is achieved. Verse number 24 to 25 talks about obtaining the perfectional stage through controlling one's mind. So controlling mind plays an important role in every aspect of Krishna. One must determinedly practice yoga by abandoning all mental and sensual desires. Gradually, by the strength of intelligence, the yogi fixes his mind on the self. Okay, so when you start yoga, slowly you progress. If you are progressing, means you are able to control your mind. If you are able to control your mind, means super soul is already reached. You are in a trance, you are in a samadhi. The yogi fixes his mind on the self. He feels happiness within. It's very important to understand. If you are a Krishna, in devotional service, you will be always happy. Then verse number 26 to 27, a further progression in mind control. So whenever the mind wanders, the yogi returns it to the self. Okay, so mind is very fast. Okay, but when mind fluctuates here and there or wanders, yogi takes him back. Okay, so by fixing his mind upon Krishna, how you can fix your mind? You can fix your mind on Krishna. Wherever Krishna is there, demon is not there. The yogi attains his qualitative identity with the Supreme and engages in Krishna's service. So yogi mind is controlled, and a controlled mind can only think about Krishna. That is for sure. So perfection in yoga, he sees Krishna everywhere. So Krishna is never lost to him, nor is he ever lost to Krishna. Such a yogi, knowing that the super soul and Krishna are one. Okay, so Krishna and super soul are non-different. Sees the true equality of all beings and thus acts for the welfare of all. The one who is in Krishna consciousness always think about welfareness of everybody, every living entity, every soul. Why? Because he has controlled his mind. And controlled mind is a friend of living entity. And a controlled mind can only think about Krishna. So best practices of meditation from 6.10 to 17. Meditation is the advanced stage of Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, one can think about Krishna in a controlled mind. Overview of Ashtanga Yoga, that is Patanjali Yoga system. So the another name for Ashtanga Yoga is Patanjali Yoga system. There are Hatha Yoga and there is Sanyama, Dhyana Yoga. So what is Hatha Yoga? Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, and Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. They are part of Dhyana Yoga. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, part of Dhyana Yoga, Sanyama. And Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pratyahara, Pranayam, they are part of Hatha Yoga system. 5 restraints in Yama: Ahimsa, non-hurting. Nobody should hurt anyone. Satya, non-lying. Okay, always speak truth. Asteya, non-stealing. There is no stealing. Brahmacharya, sensory control. A brahmachari always lives a celibacy life, away from sex life. Controls his mind, control his senses. Brahmachari. Aparigraha, non-possessiveness. Nothing belongs to me, everything belongs to Krishna. That should be your thinking. Then asanas, what are the different asanas? Poses. Asana, poses. You can see in the picture. Then pranayam, controlling the breath, the air. Control of vital force. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. There are 5 types. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. Then pratyahar, withdrawal of the senses. Pratyahar means tyag, sacrifice, withdrawal of the senses. Then dharana, concentration on one particular object. Then dhyana, doing meditation. And then samadhi, spiritual absorption, completely absorbed. That is called spiritual absorption in samadhi. Okay, the control mind is already reached in the samadhi. So this is the different yoga asanas. So realization of Krishna or absolute truth. That is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11. Vadanti tata tattvavidas tattvam yad gyanam advayam brahmetmi brahmeti 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 paramatmeti bhagavan iti sabdyate. So learned transcendentalist who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. So what is Brahman? The one who is already in trance, realized Sat, impersonal bodily effulgence of Krishna. So Brahman is the impersonal body of Krishna, partially Krishna. What is Paramatma? Realized Sat Chit. So realizing Sat is Brahman, realizing Sat Chit is Paramatma. All pervading partial expansion of Krishna, partially Krishna. Okay, so Brahman and Paramatma both are partially Krishna. Brahman and Paramatma both are partially expansion of Krishna. Now Bhagavan realize Sat Chita Ananda, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna is the ultimate realization. Okay, the one who is Bhagavan level stage is known as three types of realization: Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan. So Brahman is Sat, and Paramatma is Sat Chit, and Bhagwan is Sat Chit Ananda. So Brahman and Paramatma both are partially expansion of Krishna, and Bhagwan is the complete expansion of Krishna. Devotee practicing Krishna consciousness is the topmost transcendental, since he understands Brahman and Paramatma. Why he is at Bhagwan level realization? Because he knows Brahman and Paramatma. And Brahman and Paramatma are the partial expansion of Krishna. Then comes 6.10. Yogi yunjit satatam atmanam rahasi sthitah ekakiyat chetatma nirashira aparigraham. A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. Okay? He should think that nothing belongs to me, everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna, and in the mercy of Krishna, Krishna has given me. And Krishna can also take him back anytime. Krishna is free. Krishna is independent. I am dependent, but Krishna is independent. I am dependent on Krishna, but Krishna is not dependent on us. Krishna is independent. But Krishna is dependent on devotees, and devotees are dependent on Krishna. So these are some concepts. So one must be free from possessiveness, material desires to practice Ashtanga Yoga. So if you want to perform Ashtanga Yoga, you should be away from the possessiveness and material desires. Okay? Instruction for all three transcendentalists. That is Vadant Tat Tattva Vidas Tattvam Yaja Gyanam Advayam Brahmeti Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti sabdyate. Okay, then comes Yunjita Satatam. What is Yunjita Satatam? To constantly engage in their pursuits to come to the perfection sooner or later. A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind and self in relationship with Supreme. Okay? So your body, mind and self are not free. They are free when they are engaged in the Krishna's service. And that is the stage of Samadhi. Concentration of mind on Supreme is called Samadhi. When you are thinking about Krishna, it is a Samadhi. You have already reached to Super Soul. And should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. It is not like I am thinking about Krishna, but this property belongs to me, this wealth belongs to me. No, this is all mercy of Krishna. Krishna has given me to use all these things in the service of Krishna. Okay, so you can earn money, you can donate money in temple, you can donate for prasadam. You can donate for construction of temple. Okay, you can arrange katha lectures at your home. You can call devotees to eat prasadam. You can go to other devotees' home for eating prasadam. Okay, in this way you can engage your senses. Suchau they say. Suchau they say means sacred places. Refers to places of pilgrimage. You can visit. You can go to Prayagraj. You can have Ganga Snan. You can go to Mayapuri Dham. You can go to Jagannath Puri Dham. You can go to Kashi Dham. All the places. You can go to Pandharpur. You can go to Somnath. You can go to Jagannath Puri, Patri Dham. These are all different places where you can visit. And you can use your money in the service of Krishna. Who is a perfect yogi? A Krishna conscious person is a perfect yogi. The one who is performing devotional service is a perfect yogi, free from desires and feelings of possessiveness, by applying principles of Yukta Vairagya. So what is the Yukta Vairagya? Understanding Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. Okay. Anashaktasya Vishayan Yatharaham Upayunjatah Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate Prapanchikataya Bodhaya Hari Sambandhi Vastunah Mumukshibhi Parityago Vairagyam Falgu Kathayate. What is Yukta Vairagya? Appropriate renunciation. That is given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.255. Anashakyas Vishaya Yatharaham Upayunjatah Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. So when one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. Okay, when you accept everything for Krishna, you are not possessiveness, you are above possessiveness. So what is the principle of Yukta? Given in Bhagavad-Gita 6.15. Yuktahara viharasya Yukta chetasya karmashu Yukta swapnavabodhasya Yogo bhavati dukha. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. Yukta hara viharasya Yukta chetasya karmashu Yukta swapnavabodhasya Yogo bhavati dukha. Okay, the one who is busy in all these things, eating, sleeping, mating, can mitigate all pains by practicing the yoga system. Lord Chaitanya instructs Srila Rupa Goswami at the Swamedh Ghat. Then what is the Falgu Vairagya? Improper renunciation. Yukta Vairagya means appropriate renunciation, and Falgu Vairagya means improper renunciation, also known as Markat Vairagya or Samsan Vairagya. Samsan Vairagya, Markat Vairagya. Okay. Prapanchikataya Bodhaya Hari Sambandhi Vastunah Mumukshibhi Parityago Vairagyam Falgu Kathayate. So when persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things related to the Supreme Personality of God, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is called incomplete. So the thing which is required for Krishna, if you renounce that also, then that is called Falgu Vairagya, improper renunciation. Srila Prabhupada explains Falgu Vairagya, river Falgu, dry sandy river bed, finds water beneath. Similarly, a Falgu Vairagi appears renounced, but underneath in his heart he nurtures a huge desire to become God. If a Vairagi wants to become God, that is known as Falgu Vairagya. Suska Vairagya, dry renunciation, given in Chaitanya Charitamrita 23.105. Principles of renunciation are applied without consideration of time, place and circumstance. So in renunciation these things are not allowed: time, place and circumstance. Okay, so that is the 6.10. 6.11 we'll see next time. If you have any question you can ask. No question. So stop over here. श्रीमद् भगवद-गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। हरे कृष्णा।